Barbecue is one of the oldest cooking methods on the planet. Evolving from simply cooking meat over a fire, cultures have created various techniques to grill, roast, and cook their meat to perfection. Let's take a look at how barbecue is done around the world. A popular dish in Chinese cuisine is cha shao, or Chinese barbecue pork. Cha shao translates to fork roasted. The meat is placed on an elongated fork and roasted over an open fire. It has a slightly charred and reddish-brown color, finished with a sweet but savory flavor. In India, grilling is done inside a clay oven called a tandoor. A tandoor is a cylindrical clay oven that's been used in India for centuries. It burns at a very high heat, exposing the food inside to open flames and hot air, resulting in convection cooking. Some excavation sites have found tandoor clay ovens with chicken bones and char marks dating back to 3000 BC. Tandoori chicken is known to be one of India's most popular dishes and comes with sides like naan, cucumber raita, and basmati rice. Ikan bakar is a technique of cooking fish over a bed of charcoal. The procedure varies, but fish is normally split in half, flavored with spices, and placed between two grates that go directly on the grill. Depending on the region, the spices may differ, but can range from sweet to spicy. Yakitori are bite-sized pieces of chicken derived from various parts of the bird, including thigh meat, neck meat, skin, heart, and tails that are all placed on skewers and grilled over charcoal fire. For generations, Mongolians have cooked horhug, which consists of potatoes, carrots, onions, and meat. Horhug is made by placing meat with hot stones in an enclosed container and cooking it on an open fire. The meat can be either goat or mutton, but since mutton is considered a daily staple and goat is more of a delicacy, it's typically goat that's cooked, since horhug is traditionally reserved for festivals or family events with many guests. Depending on the number of people, sometimes even a whole sheep is used. Gui refers to grilled meat dishes found in Korean cuisine. Grilling is a key cooking component and method in Korea. Traditionally, most tables in a Korean barbecue have a gas or charcoal grill in the middle. Some ingredients come to the table raw, sliced, and prepared to grill. The meat can already be marinated like the famous bulgogi and galbi beef, or it can be plain and unseasoned. Customers then cook the food according to personal preferences. When cooking, use kitchen scissors to cut the meat into smaller pieces and don't flip the meat more than once. Pyard is a flat stone laid on top of a heat source. Pyard meat needs to be sliced very thin because the only part of the meat that will cook is what is in contact with the hot stone. Potatoes and vegetables can also be placed on a pyard, along with a variety of dips. Aioli is a popular condiment that's served with pyard. Some German cooks use a grill called a Schwenkter, which hangs from a tripod. Typically, the Schwenktermeister keeps it moving by swinging and rotating it from its chains, making it easier to cook large pieces of meat. It results in a smoky, juicy meat. Souvlaki is a popular Greek dish consisting of pieces of meat and vegetables on a skewer. Souvlaki was a popular food among the ancient Greeks. It was even eaten by characters in Homer's writings. Souvlaki can be served on a skewer, in a pita sandwich, or on a dinner plate with fried potatoes. Lechon originated in Spain, but is popular in the Philippines, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. It's considered to be the national dish of the Philippines and Puerto Rico. Lechon is the Spanish word for suckling pig. The meat is very tender and is usually roasted until the skin turns crispy. Jerk is common across the Caribbean, but Jamaica is the heart of jerk culture, and it's considered to be the country's national dish. The smokiness and spiciness of jerk come from Scotch bonnet chilies, island thyme, and allspice. All of those seasonings cover the meat that's been butterflied in order to expose more of the surface to heat. Mexican barbacoa is traditionally made with goat, sheep, or lamb, but beef and pork can be used as well. The meat is buried in a pit, covered in agave leaves, and slow cooked until it's soft enough to fall off the bone. It can be served in a broth and eaten as a soup, or with tortillas, which make for some of the most tender tacos. There are numerous styles of barbecue in the US, and everyone has an opinion on which is best. Ribs, brisket, and pulled pork are some of the favorites. Popular side dishes include salads, baked beans, cornbread, and fruit. The big holidays for barbecuing in the United States are Memorial Day weekend, the start of the summer season, and the 4th of July Independence Day celebration. Argentina devours the third most amount of meat in the world. The asado tradition originated from the gauchos of the early 1800s. Most of the time, the asado is made from beef, but lamb, pork, and mutton are other options. The tradition involves eating the whole animal, with the best pieces of the meat saved for last. Churrasco also started in the 1800s when gauchos would get together and grill large portions of meat on skewers. Brazilians often serve churrasco with chimichurri, a simple garlicky green sauce that balances the smokiness of the meat. Churrasco can be made at home and at festivals, but can also be ordered at Brazilian steakhouses. At the steakhouses, waiters walk around with skewers to show off the variety of meats to diners. As customers choose their meat, it's sliced off the skewers. Typically, this barbecue experience is all you can eat, so diners should bring their appetite. Pachamanca involves digging out an earth oven and lining the inside of the pit with hot stones to cook the food. Potatoes, corn, and marinated meats are enclosed in leaves and placed into the oven for a few hours. Pachamanca is normally served with guests sitting on the ground and typically takes place on special occasions and during the harvest time every February and March. Many foods at Australian barbies can be linked to the country's proximity to Asia. Lamb chops, beefsteak, sausages, prawns, and lobster are all popular meats you can find at a barbie. Barbies are recognized as a common method of fundraising for schools and local communities. The earth oven is used in traditional South Pacific cooking, especially on the islands of Fiji, New Zealand, Samoa, and Tahiti. While the cooking method and names differ between islands, cultures throughout the South Pacific commonly use this below-ground barbecue style. It's used in traditional feasts and family dinners alike, and the food is usually cooked in baskets woven from banana leaves. Meals might include breadfruit, yams, fish, pork, and shellfish. The meat is generally marinated, finished with a savory glaze, and topped with tropical fruit. Braais are important in South African culture. It's like a potluck where family and friends bring their own meats or side dishes. Favorite meats found at a braai are steak, sausages, societies, pork, chicken, and lamb chops. Fish and crayfish are more popular in the coastal regions. Braais are so beloved in South Africa that September 24th is considered National Braai Day in the country. The ancient Persian tradition of barbecuing meat kebabs continues today in Iran. Kebab kubideh is made from ground lamb or beef, or a combination of the two, and is blended with spices and grated onions. In English, kubideh means slamming, referring to the method in which meat is prepared. The kebab kubideh can be found in both restaurants and among street vendors. Shish kebabs are thought to have emerged when soldiers in Turkey skewered and grilled pieces of animals on their swords. Traditionally, it's made with lamb, but there are versions with various kinds of beef, poultry, or fish, and they don't typically contain vegetables. So which type of barbecue do you want to try? Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments below.